Hey guys, it's Zero Cat here, bringing you another Magic Deck Tech video. Today I'm doing a Pioneer Deck Tech on Mono Blue Devotion, and then and mind you, on a comment I had, this shouldn't be Mono Blue Devotion if there's green in it. I'm just saying, should I just have called it Mostly Blue Devotion? Would that have been a better name? And he was just like, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's all fine. We'll call it Mostly Blue Devotion if we're going to be 100% accurate on the title of this deck. Okay, guys? I'm very sorry if the name was not correct. Anyway, guys, before I start this deck tech, I just want to say that if you would like this video, so please leave a comment, or please like this video and leave a comment, and go ahead and check out my other videos in my channel. There will be videos of versus videos with this deck that I'm playing with. There is 2 videos in the league that I didn't put in there because all I do is draw lands, because as I quickly mentioned about in this deck tech, there's a lot of lands, so the odds of you drawing a million lands is probably very, very high. So let me go through it. So there's 32 lands in here. There is 14 dual lands in the form of Pathways, Botanical Sanctums, Breeding Pools, and Dreamroot Cascades. There's 2 man lands in Hall of the Storm Giants, which can be easily activated because you are playing Devotion. Whole bunch of basic islands, and then you have 4 copies of Trinectos. Like any other Devotion deck, you definitely want to have it because you'll get generating a lot of mana with this deck. And then in the 1-drops, you have Benenthic Biomancer. 3 copies of those, which is a really good card because it combos really well with Wizards class. Because once you get to Wizards class, and you're able to level up to level 3 with Wizards class, you'll basically be non-stop. This thing will grow infinitely as large because of the wording on the card. Whenever 1 or more +1 counters are put on it, you get to draw a card. And then whenever you draw a card, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on it. So basically, you'll be doing a ton of looting, and then this thing will be gigantic, and then you'll be able to swing for game through that way. Then you have 4 copies of Sidisi's Faithful, which is a really good card, both in the sense that it's a 0/4 for 1 mana, and the fact that you can also exploit something, which is usually itself, unless you have something that you maybe like a token of Master of Waves, to bounce something very annoying. But this card's really good. I think even before, I think back when this was in Standard, I love this card so much. It was just so like I played a Demeanor deck with Sidisi's Faithful. It was amazing. In the 2-drops, you have 4 copies of Omen-Sea, pretty self-explanatory. Harbinger of Tides, more or less, I'm playing it early game. You can play it early game and or late game, but it has the ability to bounce something back to its owner's hand, which is pretty good. It has to be tapped. The Merfolk Trickster, which is a really good trick. Has Flash, has the ability to have creatures with abilities. A solid card, has a good 2 mana, so it helps your Devotion. Then you have Thassa's Oracle, another alternate win condition. Though you are playing with Euron, so you're playing with 80 cards, but the fact that you're having so much Devotion, it may or may not be able to have the access to that winning condition or not. But at that point, it feels like you're winning, on all honesty. Then you have Glassful Mimic, which is really good. You get to copy something, also adds another land if you may or may not need it. 3 copies of Wizards, for almost everything in here is a wizard, so it has good has the ability for you to cast it for counterspell mana. Then you have Risen Reef here and then we're going to 3-drops. You have Risen Reef. Risen Reef is really good, and this is probably the only blue card in this whole green card in this whole deck, and I think it's really, really worth it. Because in the comments, it's like, why play this? It's because of the next card I'm about to talk about, which is Master of Waves. Because of the wording, because Master Wave generates elementals. So when you play Risen Reef and then you play Master of Waves, unless you have, like, at this point you only have 2 Devotion. Let's say worst case you have 2 Devotion. You get to look at the top 2 cards and you get to draw them or put them in their hands. It definitely generates, it basically makes you push you past that point, or if you're winning, it makes you into deep winning. You're in the end zone already. It's really, and also plus fact that Master has gives it a +1/+1 as well, because that'll be good too. Basically, you're basically winning, helping you win, or you're winning more at that point if you have these 2 cards already. Most people just give up, and because you're playing 80 cards, there's no threat for you to mill yourself. And worst case, you have Thassa's Oracle, which helps you just win the game anyway. So there you go. Lily of Anticipation, it's really good in this deck. I think in the beginning it was like really bad. It kind of sucks when you don't have an opening hand, but it doesn't completely neuter for you if you can play it later in the game. And then you have Gadwick. Self-explanatory, this card's awesome. Lets you draw a million cards as well, and it has the ability to tap things down. So yeah. Now let's talk about the sideboard. I'll move this over here. We have 4 copies of Aether Gust against, I guess, mono red decks as well as just combo decks in general. Test of Talents, which is amazing against those really irritating combo decks. I think this card has become really clutch for me in terms of the amount of combo decks that I've played with, specifically in this league with this deck. It's really good. Narset Reversal, more counter spells, more tempo plays, Mystical Dispute. It's just a good card. Then they have the 1 copy of Euron and then the 1 copy of Grafdigger's Cage. Honestly, if I were to take out anything, it might be just 1 more Narset Reversal for like 1 more Grafdigger's Cage, maybe for the Graveyard Hate, because you never know when you might need it. But other than that, yeah, this deck is pretty good. I definitely do like it. The amount of combos that could happen with this deck is a lot. It's really fun. And if you like blue, you like to draw a million cards, go for it. Mind you, my only win conditions were just people just giving up because of the amount of value that I was generating, but it was a really fun deck. And I mentioned all the combos in the deck, so hopefully you guys could be able to do that. Like, I haven't killed anyone with Biomancer before, having been like maybe a 2020 or whatever, but it could be possible. And I think that's all really I got to say about this, guys. Definitely, if you guys play this deck, let me know about your thing. I think this is a deck. I don't know. I might do it FNM for sure. I definitely love it. Definitely bring it to like a bigger tournament. But definitely an FNM. Try it out. Maybe if you change it up a little bit, might be potential for like higher levels. But this is an 80 card deck. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm always a big advocate to play what you want. If this makes you happy and you think you'll be having fun, win or lose in a tournament, a bigger tournament, then go for it. And as always, guys, that is it for me. And same message, guys. Take care of yourself. Love one another out there. Wear a mask. COVID's still a thing, unfortunately, and will probably be happening well into 2022. But hopefully, with all of us, doing what we can to stop spreading the virus, it'll be over sooner than later, and we can get right back to paper magic. Other than that, I'll see you guys all later. And as well, live free and game on. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.